Hey there everybody, it's me, Waddles. How's it going? Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Minecraft's newest upcoming enchantment, Soul Speed. Long story short, it could be better. If I'm being 124% honest, I don't only think Soul Speed could be better, I think it needs to be better. If you enjoy videos like this from me, your guy, yours truly, let me know by leaving a like. It really helps the video out, it helps me out, I always appreciate it. Remember to subscribe as well, and also just remember that this video is just for fun. I definitely love Minecraft, don't get it wrong. I'd like to preface everything that I'm about to say in today's video by saying that I enjoy the concept of the Soul Speed enchantment, and I think it's amazing that the devs actually added the enchantment into the game in the first place. I always believed that Minecraft could use more enchantments, so another enchantment, that is inherently just going to be a good thing. Anyways, the 20W11A snapshot introduced a brand new enchantment into Minecraft. It was pretty exciting. To fully understand the video and what I'm talking about, let's start by breaking down the Soul Speed enchantment. The enchantment is an armor enchantment. It has 3 levels. With this brand new super cool enchantment on a pair of boots, the player's movement speed will actually be increased while moving across soul sand. It's seriously pretty cool. Now, each level of the Soul Speed enchantment will increase the player's movement speed a little bit until the player hits Soul Speed 3, and the movement speed across soul sand and soul soil is absolutely insane. It is it's pretty crazy. There's an amazing particle effect as well. The little blue flame thing, I don't know if you guys can see it, that thing, it's amazing. The coolest thing about the Soul Speed enchantment is definitely this right here. Take a look at how quickly I'm moving. I'm sprinting. Now if I sprint on this, I'm moving slower. With Soul Speed 3, players can actually move faster on soul sand or soul soil than they can on normal blocks while running. It's seriously pretty crazy. The enchantment is really cool, but in its current form, it's actually pretty rare. Soul Speed is actually a treasure enchantment, which means you'll need to go out into the world to actually get your hands on it. To actually get your hands on the Soul Speed enchantment, first you'll need to find a piglin. After you found that piglin, give the piglin a piece of gold, and then you wait. The piglin will examine its favorite thing in the world, and then eventually throw you something. And hopefully that something will end up being a Soul Speed book. Unfortunately, I've done quite a bit of testing here, and the Soul Speed enchantment, that's not a common barter at all. I talked a little bit more about it in my 20W11A snapshot showcase video, but basically, it's safe to say that the Soul Speed enchantment is going to be a pretty rare enchantment. So far Soul Speed actually sounds pretty good, and it definitely is, but there's one gigantic drawback that we need to talk about, that you need to know about. So, I've had on my Soul Speed 350s, I don't know. Anyways, I've had these Soul Speed 3 boots on for a while now. Take a look at the durability. I am on peaceful, so I'm not fighting anything. That durability loss is because I've been walking on soul sand and soul soil. So with the Soul Speed enchantment, the player's movement speed is increased while moving across the soul blocks, but unfortunately, while moving across those soul blocks, your Soul Speed boots have the chance and will definitely end up taking a little bit of durability damage. That is a huge downside. King B-Dogs, the dev that seems to be working the most on this enchantment, is currently looking for feedback on the enchantment. So, if we think something about the Soul Speed enchantment, now would definitely be the time to talk about it. I think this enchantment, if implemented in its current state, would be pretty much useless, completely ignorable, and unfortunately, forgotten about. I've come up with 2 possible solutions to prevent all of that bad stuff from happening. The first way that the devs could make the Soul Speed enchantment a little less forgettable and a little bit easier to use is to, of course, make it easier to find. Now, I am a huge fan of the bartering concept. I really like the idea that players have to go into the Nether and barter with the piglins to find a special, unique enchantment. But if the enchantment has the potential to eat up your boots pretty much while moving across soul sand, that means eventually your boots could break. And if your boots break, what was all of that bartering for? Well, nothing, because you have nothing now, and you're probably pretty sad. So unfortunately, if the durability damage mechanic were to be kept with Soul Speed, I think the enchantment needs to get a whole lot easier to find. Maybe it's added into the loot table of certain chests, like maybe inside of nether fortresses, or maybe the enchantment is just obtainable through the enchanting table, just like with most other enchantments in the game already. I love the idea of adding more treasure enchantments, but the treasure enchantments have to be good and, in my opinion, long-lasting. Take a look at Mending and Frostwalker. You find these enchantments, you get them on something, and then they're there forever, unless you're not careful, of course. At the same time, if you did somehow lose the tool that those enchantments were on, it wouldn't have been because of those enchantments. Frostwalker does not decrease the durability of your boots. Mending, well, obviously, Mending is Mending. If the devs were to go the route of making soul speed easier to get, well, then I guess the durability damage thing could be kept. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but if the enchantment is easier to get, then the whole durability damage thing is a lot more ignorable, a lot more forgettable. Now, I have to be honest, the other way that I think the devs could improve the soul speed enchantment is definitely my favorite way, and that's why we're talking about it second. The other potential route that the devs could go when it comes to making this enchantment actually playable is removing the drawback entirely and keeping the bartering mechanic. You see, again, I really like the whole concept of bartering for a special enchantment. That is a very, very cool game mechanic and definitely promotes going into the Nether and bartering with the piglins. But to be pretty blunt here, the durability loss thing, that is insanely unintuitive, bad, terrible, not good. It doesn't make sense, not at all. In recent years, I sometimes feel that the devs have too much of a balancing mindset. Now, yes, I am not a game dev, and I have no inside knowledge of this stuff, and also, yes, I understand that balance does need to inherently happen in a game. If some sort of balancing does not happen, things will become genuinely broken, too easy to use, etc. Balancing does need to happen, but too much balancing is not good at all. A good example of this mindset that I believe the devs have kind of fallen into, aside from the soul speed enchantment, is actually found in the update Aquatic. Tridents. Tridents are very, very cool. I mean, they can be used in both ranged and in melee combat. No other weapon in the game can say the same thing. But tridents are also insanely difficult to obtain, at least on Java Edition. The chance that a drowned has to spawn holding a trident is around 5%. That's not very good. To make things even better, a drowned will only drop a trident if it spawned holding a trident. And if a drowned does spawn holding a trident, it won't always drop that trident, so you better get looting 3 and have just a whole lot of luck. Then to make things even better, once you actually get the trident to drop from a drowned, you have the chance to receive it with almost no durability remaining. To fix that trident up, well, mending or more tridents. Not very easy. Now, from the sounds of how difficult it is to get, you'd think that this trident would be crazy OP, but nope, it's basically just a throwy sword. Since the trident was added back in the update Aquatic, I've always believed that the trident was overbalanced for really no good reason at all. Why are tridents so difficult to get? Again, on Java Edition. Another good example of this overbalancing mindset, or maybe in better words, lack of a good reward mindset, I don't know, overbalancing flows better. Anyways, the next example can be found in the Minecraft Village and Pillage update. The example is raids, at least on hard difficulty. Raids can be pretty tough and can potentially take quite a bit of time to tackle. Dedicate that time, put your villagers through a bunch of stress, and put them at quite a bit of risk for what great reward? Well, nothing really, aside from a handful of emeralds, maybe some totems of undying, and I guess some discounts? You'll get some free items in the end too, but yeah, I've sort of always held the belief that the devs didn't really give a good reward on raids to prevent them from becoming too overpowered. Both of these examples represent newer game mechanics or items that are really cool, but also have some sort of unnecessary drawback for really no reason at all. Why is the trident so difficult to get? Why are raids so unrewarding? How I see it, if players want to make soul highways that are super long in their world and run on them with their soul speed 3 boots, great, that's exactly what the enchantment is for. That's really cool. But unfortunately, while players are using these highways, they will get hungry because, well, that's just how Minecraft works. If you run, you need to eat eventually. The soul speed balance is already in the game, and it has been for years. If players don't like this whole getting hungry thing, well, put a little bit of extra work and planning in, build some sort of boat highway, and boom, you're good. Hunger, not a problem at all. The hunger system that has been in Minecraft for years is soul speed's natural game balancer. No need for durability loss at all. To close things out on this video today, I'd like to open things up to a broader conversation about Minecraft in general. Features can be added into Minecraft without a massive drawback. I believe it would be best to remove the increased durability damage that the soul speed boots take on soul blocks altogether. No drawback at all is needed. I mean, soul speed is an enchantment after all. An enchantment should be an enchantment, no strings attached. Aqua Affinity has no drawbacks, Unbreaking has no drawbacks, even Knockback, an enchantment that I personally just really don't like, I find it really annoying, has no inherent drawbacks. It does exactly what it says it'll do. A negative side effect is not needed for every single new feature, and it definitely isn't needed here. I think it was a big mistake to make tridents super rare and uncraftable. I think it was also a very big missed opportunity to not add some sort of really good endgame tier loot to the end of a raid. To wrap everything up nicely today, I believe the Soul Speed enchantment is a cool enchantment. I like it, but in its current form, it's not going to be very good. I do not like the increased durability usage balance. I think it could do without, and things would be completely fine. But that's just what I think. What do you think about what I said in today's video, elites? Let me know down in the comments below, and remember, it's not that deep, it's just a game. The game in general is amazing, I love it. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing. On the end slide, I'm going to go ahead and drop my Nether update playlist. Slide in that playlist to check out more Nether update content from me. Thank you all very much for watching, bringing that elite energy today. Today, I'd like to send a shout out to my patron, Ajax61. Thank you very much for the support, and I will see you all in the next one. Until next time, goodbye, elites.